What a year it's been so far. Our 7th Prime Minister since 2000. Might we hope for a bit of stability? The Conservatives tried to placate the electorate by extending the 2030 ban on ice cars out to 2035. Well, that bribe clearly didn't work. What about the others? Well, the Labour Party proposed to reinstate the 2030 ban, full stop. Let's see if they do. Lib Dems say exactly the same. Green Party want to bring it forward to 2027. Ban fossil fuel cars totally by 2035. Reform would scrap the ice car ban and ZEV totally. Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome to Dave Takes It On. Well, the election results are in. Let's see what happens now. But in the meantime, let's have a look at how EV sales are doing. And we're going to ask two experts. First one quotes, ICE will be all but gone from the UK new car market long before the 2035 deadline. So says Philip Nothard, Cox Automotive. Now they're the UK's largest provider of services and data to the motor industry. Add that to Jim Farley, CEO of Ford, saying that they must transition to EVs or Ford might not make it. And he predicts if they do make it, they'll be profitable on EVs within 5 years. Interesting. Well, Tesla production is way down, but sales, yeah, they're still down as well, but better than the market expected. Well, meanwhile, they deployed a record 9 gigawatt hours of energy storage and released several new versions of full self-driving. Their battery production woes seem to be over, and they're expanding their battery production of their own make batteries, lines up from 1 to 4 by the third quarter this year. They're moving. I think we can all see where they're headed. So, before we look at the rest of the world, I'm expecting lots of comments and most of them will be laughing at me for the Tesla results. So, let me clear this up. I am a Tesla fan, but not because it's Tesla or Elon. I love that they have single-handedly launched the EV industry into the world. Without Elon, they would still be making ice cars and little else. They hit two key targets. First, they've shown that you can, if you take it seriously, make a profit from every single EV you sell, but only if you take it seriously. Something no other EV manufacturers have achieved so far. Ford is still losing $5 billion. And though BYD is not profitable entirely from EVs, the division is doing well. It is profitable in itself, but only because the hybrids take up the majority of sales and profits and they cover the company overheads. Well, second, you can have a fantastic public EV charging networks, cheap, so making road trips simple. Again, something that no one else has even got close to. Well, in fact, most have totally given up and they're queuing up to sign up to be licensed to use the Tesla supercharger network. Hands up, we failed. So yeah, I'm a fan, but not exclusively. Elon said that he would welcome any EV company who could offer a better EV for the same price or lower. He's achieved his primary goal, that's to accelerate the transition to a renewable energy future. That's now non-stop. If others can do better, he's got far more irons in the fire. Indeed, these are already taking greater prominence. His grid energy storage business is looking absolutely amazing. It's going to be by far more profitable than Tesla cars. Last year, he produced 14.3 gigawatt hours. And in Q2 alone, he added 9 gigawatt hours. That's ramping up, and that makes Tesla energy storage up in the top 5 of the manufacturers in the whole world. And he's predicting that full self-drive will be more profitable than selling cars as he licenses it to all the EVs in the world. Then comes robo-taxis, another potential mammoth in profitability, not to mention the Optimus robot, with billions likely to be made, not just by Tesla, but by others. In some ways, you could probably do with someone else making better cars than he does. Maybe that way he can finally get on this spaceship and shoot off to Mars. Well, looking at Ford, year to year, June, year on year, the Mach-E's down 15%, Ford F-150 Lightning up 79%, E-Transit up 152%, total up 18%. And Q2 alone, Mach-E up 46%, F-150 up 77%, Transit up 96%, total 61%. So if only they can start making a profit on their EVs instead of 50 billion losses, it would go well, and I do wish them well. I fear the worst. General Motors, Q2 2024, 22,500 EVs, that's up 40%, while year on year for the first half, it's 38,355, that's up 6%. The Lyric finally doing well, up 465%, but only because previous period was so dire. The outlook is, well, at this pace, they'll likely match last year's results, despite this being the year of execution. That's not off to a rapid start. Well, Kia over in America recorded their highest first half of the year EV sales ever, 29,392. It's 112% growth, 3 consecutive months of more than 5,000 cars a month. Toyota sold 454,000 EVs, 38.3% of the total sales, with 29 new models. That's up 67.9% growth year on year. BMW Q2, they also went up 23.8%, and it was 15.4% EVs out of total US sales. That's petrol and everything. BYD are projected to pass Tesla in 2024 with about 426,000. They're up 21%. Stellantis, now they're down, not looking good. Q2 down 23%, year on year down 20%. Pretty poor. Honda, 1.1% in June, 9.3% growth year to date. Well, Chinese factories seem to be springing up in Morocco to enable access to the IRA, Inflation Reduction Act grants and tax breaks over in America, and also to avoid the American tariffs. So overall, the EV buying public seem to be in a bit of a waiting game. There are so many new EVs and models promised for this year, budget ones, it would seem silly to rush in now, unless of course you've chosen your EV already. It's an established one, it's available. So while the best-selling car in the world was the Model Y recently, no EV is currently in the top UK top 10 bestseller list, and that's populated by cars costing between about £17,000 and £25,000. Now that might change later with the new budget EVs. So all in all, we're about where we expect things to be. Some legacy insist on trying to sell overpriced EV purely on the basis of brand loyalty, blow the expense. When will they learn that the mass market is not £35,000 to £50,000 and a big profit margin? It's down in the £15,000 to £25,000 with smaller profit, but you sell lots more. Start producing EVs in this bracket, watch what happens. I'm going to finish with 2 quotes from Jim Farley in a recent interview with NBC. He said, when you actually look at how Americans drive, we have the longest spaces. The average American only takes less than 4 trips of more than 150 miles a year. The normal maximum range now, even on a cold day for an EV, is about 300 miles. So 95% of Americans would have no problem living with an EV and not really having to charge on the road, very often with home charging. Finally, he stated, well, we're way past the early adopters, and for the last 2 years, those early adopters, they're doing different maths. They didn't know about insurance costs, didn't know about repair costs, running costs and everything else. They don't know how to compare electrons to fuel, even though it's 65% cheaper to buy electrons. It's just a new thing for the maths, as we say. I'll leave you with that figure. It's 65% cheaper to buy electrons than gas. Well, thanks very much for watching. I'm Dave. If you've liked this video, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more, click the subscribe, and the notification bell will notify you every time we launch a video. Thank you very much to our Patreon members. Your support is absolutely invaluable. And that's it for now. So thanks for watching. I'm Dave.